Between the hills, the stars, the sky, the river so clear, river so clear.
Welcome to the home of Unitarian Universalism in Bismarck, Mandan. In our Unitarian Universalist community, we celebrate diversity of beliefs. We are guided by shared values, and that's printed on your order of service and on our website. This congregation is a place where we gather to nurture and support each other on our life journey and to put our beliefs into action through work in our communities and the wider world. My name is Faith Schwartz. As we gather this morning, let us acknowledge where we are. We're in a place to which Nueta, Hidatsa, Sanish, Dakota, Lakota, Tsitsitas, Metis, and Anishinaabe peoples all claim belonging, connection, and deep knowledge. As we honor where we are, let us recognize all our relatives here and find right relationship here. Now, to set the tone for this service, I'd like to read The Chalice Lit Among Us is a Beacon by Deborah Falk, and this is from Soul Matters. The chalice lit among us is a beacon of hope in a world of crisis, a beacon of possibility made manifest in community. And we join Unitarian Universalists all over the world in lighting our chalice. Would our lovely volunteer please come up to light the chalice? The chalice is a symbol of the spark in life in each of us. If you are on Zoom and have your chalice with you, please turn on your video to share while we light them. Our chalice lighting words this morning are The Choice We Make by Reverend Michelle Collins. Help us remember that even our smallest steps matter, that courage comes not from feeling brave, but from acting despite our fear. May we find hope in unexpected places, in the kindness of strangers, and our own capacity to survive in this community that holds us when we cannot hold ourselves.
This book is called The Latke Who Wouldn't Stop Screaming. We're going to have some latkes later.
What's a latke?
What's a latke? It's in the book. Oh, it tells us in the book, I guess.
Are they the chocolate coins?
They are not.
Potato paint.
Okay. This story ends in someone's mouth, but it begins in a tiny village, more or less covered in snow. The children had pressed their faces to the windows, looking for a glimpse of a man they suspected of bringing them wonderful gifts. But instead, they heard a terrible noise from a certain cottage in the neighboring arrondissement, thanks, a word, which here means place where something was being born. This cottage was already regarded with some suspicion, as it was the only place not decorated with flashing colored lights at that time of year. Check out all that food.
That looks yummy.
Doesn't it?
It's making me hungry.
Well, we got food in store.
Oh my goodness.
The thing that was being born was a latke, a word which here means potato pancake. Latkes are a traditional part of the celebration of Hanukkah, a holiday commemorating a miraculous Jewish military victory. Nearly everything in this world is born screaming, and the latke was no exception. Even though the latke wasn't conceived and born the way you and I were conceived and born, but instead was fashioned from grated potatoes, chopped onion, beaten eggs, and a dash or two of salt. Once these ingredients were properly mixed, the latke was slapped into a pan full of olive oil, heated to a very high temperature, and this is when it began to scream. Ah! Got another one. Ah! The latke was suffering so much that it leapt out of the pan, out of the window of the cottage, and began to run screaming down the boulevard.
That looks fun.
This may seem like unusual behavior for a potato pancake, but this is a Christmas story, in which things tend to happen that would never occur in real life. The latke ran past a row of flashing colored lights, which hung from the rain gutters of a less suspicious cottage. What's all the ruckus? Said the lights in unison. We're the ones who are supposed to be dominating the neighborhood with our cheerful glow. I was just thrown into a pan of boiling oil, the Latke cried in reply. Can you believe it? Yes, said the flashing colored lights, but we can't imagine why. Because I'm a Latke, said the Latke. The olive oil reminds us of the oil used to rededicate the temple following the defeat of Antiochus at the hands of the Maccabees. The oil was only supposed to last for one night, but there was a miracle, and it lasted for 8. Plus, frying makes my skin crispy and brown. So, you're basically hash browns, said the flashing colored lights. Maybe you can be served alongside a Christmas ham. I'm not hash browns, cried the Latke. I'm something completely different. It does feel like there should be a third. It's not. No. It is a candy cane.
Oh, that looks scummy.
The Latke rounded the corner and found itself face to face with a candy cane, which wrinkled its red and white nose at the Latke in distaste. I'm trying to sprinkle the night air with my peppermint scent, the candy cane said. Your mouth-watering smell, not to mention all that yelping, is spoiling the effect. My mouth-watering smell is part of the cozy feeling of Hanukkah, the Latke replied. It reminds us that things are better now than they were in 175 BCE, when my people were not allowed to practice their religion. In order to study the Torah, they had to hide out in caves, and when they heard Greek soldiers approach, they pretended they were gambling with a small spinning top called a dreidel. Sort of like Joseph and Mary hiding out in the manger, said the candy cane. Someone should write a Christmas carol about you. I'm not part of Christmas, cried the Latke. It's a totally different thing. Look at how grumpy the Latke's looking here. I like that grumpy looking. Okay. The scream of the Latke grew quieter and quieter as the pancake ran out of the village into the surrounding forest. Its utter fury was unabated, a phrase which here means the Latke was still very annoyed at the objects to whom it had spoken. But it was quite tired, so it decided to rest for a few minutes beneath the branches of a little pine tree. The pine tree was napping, but woke up at the sound of the object plopping down at its feet. Maybe.
I want to see another screen.
Are you a present? The pine tree asked. Presents are pretty much the only thing allowed to sit beneath me during this time of year. The Latke sighed. Presents aren't really a big part of Hanukkah, it said in a voice hoarse from screaming. There's nothing wrong with giving gifts to loved ones, of course, but it's more important to light the candles for 8 consecutive nights to commemorate the miracle in the temple and the miracle of victory, even when you are thoroughly outnumbered, so you shouldn't give up hope. Plus Santa Claus, said the pine tree. The Latke was too exhausted to scream. Santa Claus has nothing to do with it, the Latke said. Christmas and Hanukkah are completely different things. But different things can often blend together, said the pine tree. Let me tell you a funny story about pagan rituals. But before the pine tree could begin its story, a family came trooping through the snow, searching the forest carefully. We shouldn't have waited until the last minute to get ready for the holiday, said the father in the family, who was holding an axe. We'll never find one. You shouldn't give up hope, said the mother, and pointed at the pine tree. Look! It's perfect, said the daughter. Beautiful, agreed the son. Such a marvelous shape, said the mother. And its skin looks so crispy, said the father, and reached down and scooped up the Latke from the snow. We'll need to reheat it, of course, but this will be perfect for Hanukkah dinner with a topping of applesauce, sour cream, or even jam. I'll refry it in oil, said the mother, to remind us of the rededication of the temple. And the triumph of the Maccabees, added the daughter. After hiding in caves all that time, the son chimed in. The father smiled down at the Latke in his mitten, and then stared curiously at his other hand. What was I thinking, bringing this axe? He said to himself. You don't need an axe to get a Latke, right?
How would you need an axe to get a Latke?
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, Latke ran up a tree, and then you had to cut the tree down to get him.
Yeah, that could happen. The family strolled back to the village, walking past all the cottages with flashing colored lights and smiling politely at the candy canes until they reached their own home. The family carried the latke into their own home, which was warm and cozy, and sat down at the table, which was lit with flickering candles of a menorah, which is a branched candelabra designed specifically for the holiday.
Hanukkah!
Like this one, right?
Yeah. Yummy.
It's very frustrating not to be understood in this world. If you say one thing and keep being told that you mean something else, it can make you want to scream. But somewhere in the world, there is a place for all of us. Whether you're an electric form of decoration, peppermint scented sweet, a source of timber, or a potato pancake. On a cold, snowy night, everyone and everything should be welcome somewhere. And the latke was welcomed into a home full of people who understood what a latke is and how it fits into its particular holiday. And then they ate it.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Lucky.
My name is Faith Schwartz and Alice Ospavat, and I will be leading you through a Hanukkah menorah lighting and serving you latkes, a traditional food for Hanukkah. Hanukkah is not a religious holiday, rather it recounts a story of Hebrew resistance against rulers who would not allow the Hebrews to practice their religion and lifestyle.
There should be a menorah at each table. All the tables, we can have one person. When it's time, there's a candle sitting by the menorah, and you light that candle and use it to light the other candle, and then you melt it and put it in the menorah itself. It can be a little tricky. Just make sure you don't drop it. So traditionally, all of these menorahs I brought are mine. A couple of them are sort of family heirlooms. A couple are newer. And we've done just the first candle because tonight's the first night. But for this one, just to show what it looks like, we're going to have all 8 nights, all 8 candles lit. So Faith and I will lead you in the Hanukkah blessings. If you want to attempt them in Hebrew, it is written out. First of all, I should. So first you light the candle, and then you say the blessings. This is the shamas. It lights the other candles. So if somebody at each table could.
It's like the protector of the other.
Yeah, could light the loose candle. There should be matches or lighters. Oh, yep. All right. So we'll do the blessings now. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav hanu l'hadlik ner shel Hanukkah. I think each of them. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani sim la'avotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehahiyanu v'kiyabanu v'hegiyanu lazman hazeh. So we can play dreidel. There's a couple of dreidels at every table, and it's pretty simple. If there's not enough little bags of coins for everyone, it's a gambling game with coins, chocolate coins. You have a bowl of chocolate coins in the back that maybe we could distribute.
This is our offering basket. We're giving you extra coins.
So, to play dreidel, very simple. Everyone starts with the same number of coins, and on your turn, you spin the dreidel, and then you read which letter it is. And so, if it's a nun, which is stands for Nes, well, I should just say, the letters of the dreidel come from the phrase, "A great miracle happened there." Nes gadol haya sham. But the game, the rules are from the Yiddish words. So if you get the nun, you do nothing. If you get the gimel, you get the entire pot. If you get the hay, you take half the pot. And if you roll a shin, then you put a coin in the middle of the table. If you run completely out of coins, you've lost the game, and the game ends when one person has all the coins. And then we can redistribute them for everyone to eat, because that seems fair. We're ready. So, two things. I forgot to mention earlier, if the pot runs out of money, if someone takes it all, everyone can put one in. Makes the game go a little faster. But also we have latkes ready now up there. There's plates, there's different things you can put on them. So help yourself and we can play while we eat.
Going to extinguish the chalice with some closing words. As you know, this is a Jewish holiday. I had some closing words selected and that I read that I thought was very inspiring. And I went to my email to find out the name of the rabbi who said it. And the shul, the new shul in New York, a progressive synagogue, the subject line says, "It's with heavy hearts that we light our first night." This is in regarding to, there was a shooting in Sydney, Australia, and 11 people died, including the rabbi. So this is part of it, part of our celebration. And they write in their email, our consolation and prayers of healing for our families and friends as we stand together against terror and for peace everywhere, for everyone. We will light up our ritual candle tonight and on every holy Hanukkah night during the season of winter holidays, committed to resilience and repair, resisting despair, and with our unwavering faith and our shared humanity that binds us together in defiance of extremism and violence, in hope for an end to the hurting of innocent lives and ongoing terror that will not bring us closer to peace. Together, we will light the path to peace. The light gets in through the cracks, our ancient hurting scars, our shattered hearts, and so many dashed dreams in our broken world, and yet we will add light to the night, dance with the darkness, light memorial candles, spin those dreidels, I'm going to add. Alongside our menorahs, each flame a living reminder of the power in our hands to transform this world for good. May memories bring blessing and the miracle of hope shine brighter than our tears. Thank you for celebrating with me today.
Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amidst the raging foes were our sheltering tower, raging as they sailed us, but your arm availed us, and your word drove their sword when our own strength failed us. Kindling new the holy lands, grace unbowed by suffering, purified the nation's shrine, brought to God their offering, and in man's ascending, hear the joy abounding, heavenly thrones singing songs with a mighty sounding. Children of the prophet's word, whether free or fettered, wake the echoes of our songs, where you may be scattered. Yours the message cheering, that the time is nearing, which shall see